Yo, we have made it to the end of the year. We made it to the end of 2020. And it's been a crazy year, y'all. Like, I know y'all know it's been an insane year. AJ Reacts 2 has been going through a whole lot of things this year. And I thank you guys for supporting me through all of it. Yes, so this is going to be my top 10 favorite films of the year. It's looking kind of different because films just been delayed and just everything with film has been just kind of wonky this year. So I got my list of 10. Y'all might not agree with me. It's gonna be a little bit different. I am telling you that first and foremost. But I'm excited to get into it. So let's go. First, I want to start off with some honorable mentions. I found the honorable mentions to be a little bit easier to find than my top 10. I actually really had to look into it because I couldn't really remember everything that I watched this year from 2020. And I liked a lot more films that were outside of 2020 than that were inside of 2020. But that's neither here nor there. My honorable mentions will be Mulan. That's my first honorable mention. I did enjoy Mulan. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I can admit that it did have flaws. Things were taken away from it that the original brought to the table, but I still enjoyed it as a film overall. I know most people didn't. Next on honorable mentions is Freaky, the Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton film. It really surprised me that I like this film because I'm not a huge Vince Vaughn fan. I'm not a huge fan of his comedy. I'm more of a fan of his more serious roles. I know that there's some films out there that he has created or he starred in that are more serious type roles, so I'm going to check those out in the new year. And last but not least on the honorable mentions, this is a made-for-TV movie. It is called Psych 2. Psych was a show that started in 2006, I believe, and it ended in 2014. And I just really enjoy that show. I love that show. And then they came out with a movie, a Christmas film, a few years ago. And this year they came out with their part 2 film, Lassie Comes Home. And it was a lot of fun. I don't remember a lot of details about the film, but I do remember having fun with it. I had some family members over and we just had a lot of fun watching it. So that meant a lot to me in 2020. So it was kind of more about the experience than the film itself. So now getting to the good stuff. This is my top 10 favorite films of 2020. Coming in at number 10, Come Play. You guys, I know you guys do not like this movie. Most of you guys don't like this movie. I had a lot of fun with it, honestly. It just was something new. It felt fresh in using technology for horror. I know that there are some films out there that do that. The new Child's Play had a lot to do with technology and stuff like that. But this brought it to a new level for me. And it just resonated with me. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. I feel like if I watch it again, I probably won't like it as much. I'll see more of the flaws and things like that, but I probably won't watch it again. But that's why it's my number 10, because I did enjoy it a lot, actually. Number 9 is an Amazon original film called Black Box. It came out with a series of films in October, and that one was probably my favorite out of the 4. It was a good quality horror film with an awesome twist. And not to give anything away, but it was well done, in my opinion. Definitely more well done than the other 3 that dropped. Number 8 was on another list that I did earlier this year, my rom-com list. It is Palm Springs. Yeah, like Andy Samberg, I feel like his comedy, he's been doing kind of the same thing for a while. So that's kind of why it's a little bit lower on my list. I kind of know what to expect when I see his type of movies, but I really did enjoy the storyline. I heard that it was kind of like Groundhog Day. I haven't seen Groundhog Day, but I heard that it has that kind of vibe to it, but kind of like with a twist, kind of like stuck in a time loop type thing. And I've seen like different shows do that and sci-fi. It was fun nevertheless. Number 7 is Soul, and I honestly thought it was going to be a little bit higher on my list this year. I also thought Wonder Woman 84 was going to be on this list, but we won't talk about that. Soul, it's number 7 because I did enjoy it. While I did enjoy it, it was just a little, I felt like something was missing. That spark, pun intended. Pixar has this standard, you know, those are top-notch animated films, and this film didn't give me those chills, those, you know, tears that come from Pixar movies that I usually watch. But it did make the list because I did like it. Number 6 is Bad Boys for Life. This film actually really surprised me. I liked it a lot. I thought the comedy was there, and the action was awesome, and the storyline was dope too. So I don't know, like I feel like more people need to watch it. I think more people need to talk about it because this film was definitely top tier of 2020. I don't know if that's saying much, but it was a top tier movie for me. Number 5 is Onward. It's another Pixar film that came out this year, earlier in the year, and it kind of, I kind of forgot that it came out this year because just, you know, everything was going on, but this movie really resonated with me. I really liked it. I thought that the chemistry between the brothers were really dope, and the storyline was good. I think it might have been a little predictable in a way. It wasn't, like, you kind of could tell what was going to happen in the end, but the journey was fun nonetheless, so, you know, go figure. This film also surprised me. Number 4 on the list is Sonic the Hedgehog. I did not think that I was going to like Sonic as much as I did. I've seen it 3 times this year, and I liked it every time. And Jim Carrey, he does an amazing job as the villain in this film. I don't know, something about that film, it just really captured me. It captivated me. It brought me back to playing it on the Sega Genesis. And, you know, it just, that nostalgia really worked for me in that aspect. So number 4 is Sonic. Moving on to my top 3. If you guys haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my page. I really would appreciate it. Thank you for watching. And my top 3 films, number 3 is going to be The Invisible Man starring Elizabeth Moss. And this movie, it came out earlier in the year. This is also one of those movies like, did it come out in 2020? And it was so good. I thought the performance by Moss was captivating and just phenomenal, as most of her roles are. Like, almost every role that I've seen her in is just like jaw-dropping and like just so captivating. Like, those characters that she plays, she was the best part of that movie. I actually rewatched this film in October, and I think I liked it even more than I watched it earlier this year. Number 2, Birds of Prey. I know Birds of Prey is at the bottom of a lot of people's DC list, but it's at the top of mine. It's my number 1 DC film, and it almost made number 1 for my top 10 films of 2020. It didn't quite make it because I had a lot of fun with it, but I did see a lot of tropes, a lot of different things, a few flaws, but I just had a lot of fun. I was just like dancing and smiling on my way out of the theater when I saw it earlier this year. So I remember that experience, and I probably won't ever forget that experience every time I watch that movie. My number 1 film is My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. This film actually came out in 2019 in Japan, but it was released here in 2020 in March. So it's a 2020 film to me. Yo, when I say that this film was so amazing, and I just can't hardly find any flaws with it. I know that there is a huge thing that happens in the film that I'm not going to spoil for my anime lovers. I know that not a lot of people that follow me are into anime, but this film will probably change your ideas about anime. Yes, you do have to watch the show to get into the movies and stuff like that, unfortunately. But this film kind of made it feel like you could watch that movie without really knowing the backstory of these characters. But if you do watch the show, My Hero Academia, you will appreciate the film more. So that is my top 10 films of 2020. Let me know down in the comments what your top 10 of 2020 were. They might be unconventional because it's been a weird year for film. So just, head down to the comments. Let us know what was your favorite, and no judgments here because look at my list. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Twitch, AJREACTS2, all across the board. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.